Ooh. We're opening up with some high energy.
Somebody's bringing back the 80s.
I don't mind the 80s. I'm a fan. It produced me.
New releases today, little thin, but that's City of Thieves. We'll maybe talk about them more later, but yeah.
Sounds like a planet in a distant solar system far away.
City of Thieves, yeah. Or it might be a city on the East Coast, like, Norfolk or somewhere.
Oh, that sounds homely.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I guess we got really spoiled because when big releases come out, it's like, well, shit, yeah, here we go, But,
yeah,
man, it's
tough to go back to back to back. I mean,
yeah, but when you have a thin week or thin weeks, as it's been here lately, ugh.
That's very true. It's been tough to like get excited about a music release, especially after everything we've been given this year.
Yeah,
it hadn't been like a huge ass pot of gold, but the chunks of gold that we got are delicious.
Yeah, overall. But yeah, like I said, we get spoiled a little bit, and then we just kind of push forward and hope for the best.
Yeah, and that's we get to go back to the classics. When in doubt, go back to the classics.
Yeah. That's good because my mantra had been when in doubt, whip it out.
That's when I want to shut it down.
That might be when I'm getting arrested so much. No, can't go doing that shit.
Not anymore. It's a new age, man.
Anyway, it's the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. Get together weekly to talk about some bullshit maybe got stuck in our craw or something. I don't know.
Oh, man. This is like Friday therapy sesh. It's turned into for me.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah.
For me.
You get nothing out of it?
Pure sobriety this week.
Oh, that's right.
I'm on the old keto. Well, here's the thing. I came off the keto diet earlier today because, frankly, I looked at the weather forecast and said, you know what? Well, first of all, let me back up. First of all, not in the mood to do this diet this time around.
Yeah.
I'd kind of arbitrarily said, all right after UFC 229, I'll get back on.
Yeah, and every time you've gone back on it, it kind of seems like you look forward to the journey. You know?
Except this time. I mean, this time I was like, man, I might be really hard pressed. And I made the mistake of letting a couple people know that I was going to do that.
Yeah.
So fucking immediately, that's why I don't usually let a lot of people know, is because then they start feeling like they have some authority to go, let me check in and see how your diet's doing. God, go fuck yourself. It's none of your business. So maybe I'll just stop.
My diet is a personal matter.
I just wasn't motivated to do it this time,
right.
And but anyway, so then I go and see the weather forecast, and then we got fucking like winter approaching. We're going to leapfrog fall apparently.
Yeah, we're getting fucking tropical depression runoff, and then it's going to snow.
Yeah,
awesome,
fun times. And I'm not doing this diet when it's colder than hell outside because it's meant for hearty meals. Green chili stew and potato soup and the like. So
now that's going to be all right, man.
Yeah. Now, the one thing is, though, now granted, I might have slipped off keto today, and I may go back on, maybe, who fucking knows. But the one thing I am going to do is not drink for a fucking month. And I'm not playing in that sober October nonsense either. I just need a good solid calendar month to fucking dry out.
Right. And October is a good month to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a big drinking month like, I don't know, like Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Come here, kids.
I'll show you what it's all about.
But I mean that's kind of what it is I am trying to kind of get a few things kind of just dried out, and then I can kind of scoot into the holidays, which for me unofficially get underway with Veterans Week, and
right.
Because that's not long followed by Thanksgiving, and then into the true month of December to put away as much mulled meat as we can get away with, and
Now that sounds all right.
Have friends over,
make a day out of it.
Yeah.
Now, me on the other hand, I am on no such diet, so I'm currently. I had a margarita mix drink before I came over here with Grandma.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're really corrupting the old broad.
Yeah. Well, I'm quickly starting to show her the way of the new world. So I would not that I was lit when I got over here, but I certainly had the trampoline ready for everyone to play on.
Right.
Which the liquor today's whiskey. It's a Proper 12 Irish whiskey. Has that delicious backbite of feeling like you've been robbed of more than just your pay-per-view money. Paying tribute.
That's the McGregor shit. Yeah.
Yes, this is the one. I found this at a local grocery store.
Which is a good thing because the option was to order a bottle, which then there was a minimum order of 2.
Yeah. Well, if I had gotten 2 bottles of this, I'd have used a full one to wash my pots and pans out with.
Because, well, I don't know. I don't know if you could run that through a diesel engine. I guess if you run out of gas, maybe because it's.
I think it gum
got a
up the
similar
works,
kerosene
man.
flavor to it.
Yeah, it's got Conor McGregor's signature. It's imported by Ironborn Spirits, Jersey City, New Jersey, so you know it's classy. Apparently, Dublin 12 is the district where he fucking lived, and
I was trying to figure out what the fuck it meant because, frankly, there's nothing proper about that bottle.
Yeah, I was going to read the back of the label, but as I read it, I got more and more disinterested in it because I know what's inside is horseshit.
Oh yeah, no, they make it sound pretty good,
but there's still some left. So to health and all that, Puff.
Yeah, well, we did put away about 2/3 of that nasty shit last Saturday.
Oh God,
see.
Oh, man. I don't make that noise.
Yeah.
I mean, even if I'm drinking shitty rye,
Oh, yeah.
I'll be like, ooh.
Yeah.
This gives you that fucking gag reflex, especially on that first go. Bam.
Tastes like bad decisions.
Goddamn. Fuck you, Connor. Woo.
Yeah. So clearly he's in for a money grab because basically.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's like Monty Python Holy Grail beer.
Right.
It's labeling, and what's on the inside sucks.
I had an argument with a coworker about that because I was making the argument, look, fucking celebrities slap their name on something doesn't immediately make it good.
Yeah, it's not like they're stirring the cooking pot,
That's what the argument I tried to make. She made the argument right back that, no. Who's that asshole that was on George Clooney? That he had like a tequila company that he ended up selling his share for hundreds of millions of dollars because that prick needs more money. He's like, no, he was very hands-on. I was like, get the fuck out of here. He's not going out there and chopping down the agave and roasting it and getting it ready for fucking distilling. No.
No, he's just like...
Yeah, he's cashing the checks. That's what he's doing.
Fuck yeah. He has no involvement whatsoever. I hate to say it. Like the whole blackened whiskey thing. Metallica did not make the whiskey.
No.
The biggest involvement they probably have in it is their music is played at the barrels. And even that, I'm kind of like...
Well, that's dubious anyway. Like, because the music will make that loosen up. Nah, get the fuck out.
I don't know.
By the way, I'm a little bitter this week because apparently alcohol kind of gives me a little bit of a soft padding for a Friday. So
yeah, ooh.
So if I'm a little bit of a live wire,
we're in for it.
It's thanks to the old Maxwell house I'm sucking down tonight. I feel like I'm at a goddamn lamplighters meeting.
That's all right, man. I'll drink for both of us.
Good.
In your honor.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
so, but yeah, I don't know. Are we doing enough complaining yet? No.
I don't know. I mean, I still have loads of complaining to do.
Sure. Well,
but I don't know if it's all like worthy for the show or not.
Fuck it. Let's get to it. How's your week?
I hate my job and I hate my life.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
How's your week?
Same. Ditto. That's
fucking A. All right, let's shut this shit down and put on some metal.
Where are we at? Episode 98?
98. Yeah. Next week 99. After that.
Means I got to start getting my ass to work for episode 100. Not that we're going to do too much special shit, but a few differences, subtle differences here and there.
Yeah, we'll tinker. We're going to tinker with some shit.
Yeah.
We've already said we have some and I still have to go back and listen to them from beginning to end with a sober mind, because when I'm drunk and listen to those clips, they make me laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they're maybe not as funny, maybe sober. I'm not sure. But yeah, there'll be some things. Some stuff.
Yeah,
we're gonna have.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want people thinking, oh man, 100 is gonna be special.
Yeah, we're gonna have whores.
It's really not. It's not gonna be.
Rip
that
Taylor.
special.
Rip Taylor's gonna be here.
Rip Taylor?
Yeah.
Who the fuck's that?
That old dude that wore the thing. And
that guy. Yeah.
That might have been our first impression on the podcast ever, right there.
Probably.
And it was horrible.
No. Well, I fucking was able to place it when you did it.
Okay. Well, fuck me. Never mind. I'll put it mediocre then. I got
right.
bumped.
Let's. All right. Hate your job, hate your life. That's your house. Your week?
I can get get a little more in depth into it if we need. So I'm not there very much. I'm there 3 days a week in a row.
Well, which is way better than split time of 3 days a week.
Yeah, fuck that. If I was there every other day, I'd just like, why even fucking live?
Right.
But there's one day, and it's the start of my week, which, you want your first day to work to kind of set the pace for the rest of the week.
What reality are you living in? Fucking the rest of us work on a Monday. Mondays suck for a reason.
I work into a Monday.
Yeah.
I'm a rare breed, rare hoss. I have these coworkers. I'm not going to name them.
Asshole number one and asshole number two.
We'll call one Corey and one Trevor. So Corey Trevor works Sundays. And when I say Corey Trevor, I do mean Corey Trevor. That's actually a pretty proper...
The assholes out of the trailer
labeling.
park boys.
Yes, that's a very proper labeling. Nothing ever gets done. See, the beauty of this hotel is if you work from 7 a.m. to 3 in the afternoon, your ass is also a housekeeper.
Yeah.
Because housekeepers just tear the rooms down and set them up. They don't do the laundry.
Right.
We do the laundry. So it's morning shift's responsibility to get that shit done and get them the new stuff that they require to get those rooms ready, to get them back out to those cocksuckers for the next day.
Sure. Spoken like Al Swearingen, yes.
Thank you.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm getting pumped for that too myself. So, it won't never, goddamn, it will never all get done. You know, there's always going to be a little something left over.
Right.
It's where the evening shift comes in. Your bitch ass's job is to fucking check people in, be as nice and amicable as you can be, and then get your ass back there and do laundry when you're not doing that.
So if you're wanting to do a hotel job but you don't want to do laundry, probably the evening thing is not a good time to be there.
Well, it depends on who works, because like the morning is run by our humble leader.
Right.
She gets shit done.
Okay.
She is, our boss, she's turning that shit out, because she used to be a housekeeper before she worked the front desk.
Oh, cool.
And then she went from that to being the leader of the free realm known as a Super Great. She also, she will get shit done. So the evening shift comes in and is like, oh, I have like a load or two of laundry to wrap up. No big deal. I have 8 hours. Very rarely that spills over into my realm. Now, I'm totally fine with that shit. I am totally fine with linen hand. I'm a fucking team player.
Of course. Yeah.
It might not sound like it right now.
You strike me as one.
But I am. Because I know if I do my job, that means someone else gets to do their job without having to worry about picking up my fucking slack.
Right.
Which always, it bothers me to no end. I wouldn't be able to fucking go home and go to bed knowing I left shit left over for someone else to do. I'd feel like a shitheel.
Okay.
These people get nothing done. Absolutely fucking nothing. It actually feels a little better to kind of paint it like I did there.
See, there you go.
Yeah, I know. I feel better already. What was I talking about? I'm like, really, as far as job-wise, man, outside of employee complaints, it wasn't that bad as far as the weird randoms of the area.
Okay.
There was something pretty funny. I know no one from my Barajas side of the family probably listens to this shit, so I can tell this story.
Oh, a little family dirt?
Not really family dirt, just so much as odd. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a reconnection. I had this guy call the front desk about 3:30 in the morning, Wednesday morning, from one of the rooms. As soon as I pick up the phone, I hear this blaring like beep, 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 like an alarm. And I hear this probably 70-year-old man say, yeah, smoke alarm's going off.
In case you're deaf, right?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, shit. All right, sir, well, just hold on a second, because basically when that happens, I just go down there and fucking rip it out of the fucking ceiling.
Sure.
Make it sound,
somebody else worry about that.
Make it sound a little bit easier than it actually is, but that's the only way to remedy that at 3:30 in the morning. On the phone, it actually stops. So, dude's still really pissed, just hangs up on me. Fast forward to about 6:30 in the morning, this 70-year-old man strolls down the lobby. He's like, yeah, I'm the one that called you last night about the smoke alarm going off in the room.
Okay.
Which, of course, I immediately knew what he was talking about, and I began my job of profusely apologizing and offered him some compensation. Now, the compensation was that dude was staying in like what we consider a suite. I know you don't think Super 8s maybe have suites. Yeah. We got a suite.
What does it involve, like an extra desk?
Instead of your TV being on the wall of the room next to you, it's on the wall like facing the outside. You get an extra window and a couch. That's about it. So it's not bad, but it's also not a suite.
Yeah. Now, when somebody says a suite, Okay, well, my problem is my point of reference is kind of narrow because I don't stay in that many goddamn hotels, number one. Number two, if I do, it's probably a fucking cheap place, you know.
Sure.
But so my point of reference is like Marriott in Albuquerque, where they've got like a hotel room on one side and a hotel room on the other side and a fucking thing in the middle. That's what I consider to be a suite, you know.
Oh, wow.
It's like yeah, and it's got like a great big fucking huge Viking-sized, you know, dining table and stuff with like a little living room and shit like that. That's what I think of as a suite.
Yeah, no, that I think that qualifies. No, this isn't sweet. a couch and an extra window a suite does not make.
I almost put coffee through my nose. No, we don't have a suite.
So this guy, he I give the room was like $110. Which sounds like a lot of fucking money, I know, for
once
a Super
upon a
8.
time, but nowadays, goddamn man, they're running $150 over in Lubbock. I mean, and like a Ramada and shit like that.
$130 over at Haldane here.
God.
And that's on Expedia, meaning it's probably about $20 more if you go in there. So I'm giving this guy, like, hey, does $20 off your room rate? It'll bring your bill right under $100 instead of you paying $1.25 for it with tax.
Okay.
So he's like, well, that's fine, burger. He probably wanted it for nothing, but that's just something I simply cannot do.
Right.
So I'm getting this, and it's a fucking process, especially after the room charges already been posted. So I got to go and reverse that and fucking make a new one.
Give him a discount on his invoice. And
I have to fucking tell why, because this guy's angry. And I notice he's from Roswell. So instead of having this awkward silence between this very tall old man who can barely walk and me, who's just ready to fucking go home and get the weekend started, I'm like, so you're from Roswell? It's like, yeah, I'm from Roswell. I'm like, cool. I actually have a family in Roswell. Like, oh yeah. Eyes immediately fucking peek up, right?
Really? Oh.
So like suddenly he's like, oh, okay, maybe I can learn more about this boy's lineage.
Right.
And
maybe leverage you for another discount.
Yeah, right. It was a gamble. It was like, if it's a shitty family in Roswell that he knows of, then I'm fucked. If it's a good family that he knows of, this might all be smoothed over and I'll be the hero of the day. So I mentioned that I have a grandfather who owns a car care center up there, and Roswell's had it for fucking 60 years. It was like an Enco, and then it was an Exxon, and then it was just Johnny's Car Care in Roswell. There's your fucking free plug if you're listening, assholes.
There you go. Brought to you this week by...
Yeah. So as soon as I mentioned that, this dude's eyes fucking light up. He went to school with my aunt on my dad's side of the family. So he knows my entire family. My father's name's never mentioned, which I don't find odd because I know the kind of man he was.
Right.
So going through all this, so I wrap everything up. He's giving me this rundown of how great everyone's doing now. And I don't give a shit. I haven't talked to these people in 12 years, you know?
Yeah.
So...
Now, is he one of those that could have been your uncle?
I don't know. He might actually be. I'm not really sure. That side of the family's a little odd. So I give him his receipt and like, again, sir, I do apologize for everything with the smoke alarm at 3:30 in the morning. I do hope that doesn't stop you from coming back and seeing us when you're on the road again. He's like, oh no, now that I know you're Kelly's nephew, we're all good.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, what? Really? Just because of that?
People live in a weird world, man.
I know, but that shit works. That shit works here, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it works here.
Yeah.
I've seen it work here.
And it definitely works in a certain generation, and I'm talking about those above the age of 60. You know?
Yeah. I guess, yeah, if you're part of a family a dude likes, then you're okay.
If anybody asks me if I'm from here, I always usually tell them the truth and say no. But if I feel like being an asshole, I'll say, yeah, I'm originally from Artesia. I'm in the offshoot of the Yates family, who, by the way, if you don't know, are billionaires. So just to fuck with them a little bit.
Not bad. You know? Not bad. Well, that's really probably about the best story I have from work this week.
Yeah,
other than that, my week sucked.
Yeah, I don't fucking have much to go on outside of that. I mean, I can bitch a little bit. Couple of nights ago. I mean, that's the one good thing about the keto diet is I sleep like a fucking baby once I fully adapted into ketosis.
Do you know why that is?
I really don't. Because I think that my body likes to process carbohydrates too efficiently, so I think it actually is in a long chain process and keeps me awake at night. Whereas if I'm just throwing down fat and protein, body's like, man, I ain't got a whole lot of bullshit here to keep the brain awake with. So
yeah, right.
But that's a guess. I don't know, man. So a couple of nights ago, I'm looking to shut things down. It's about sunset. I go to bed about an hour and a half after that because I fucking work. I have to get up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, so the fucking resident dog, who you've heard barking in the background here several times on this show,
Bitch!
it's about time for me to let him in. Well, he's nowhere to be found. I go out to look for him as I'm taking some trash out. Well, there he is chewing on something out in the yard. Over there, like, ram, ram, ram. And I couldn't figure out what it is. So as I approach, try to figure out what the hell it is he's chewing on, he gets up and runs away with his quarry. I thought, all right, fuck you. I'm going inside and getting some more shit done. So,
I ain't got time for this shit.
Give him about a half an hour. By this time, it's after dark. It's already well past sunset. And I have to physically get him to come in the house. That's fine. I barely get him inside, and he starts doing this. Brr, brr.
Uh-oh.
I was like, I was like, I'm not. No puking in my house unless it's me. That's kind of my mantra here.
That's a good mantra to live by as well.
And so I put him back outside and let him fuck off for a while. By this time, it's already bedtime. So I let him back in. 20 minutes later, 20 to 30 minutes later, he does that again. And that's the story of my night. Every 20 to 30 minutes, I'm going to have to get up and let this fool out because I can hear him. He's over there sleeping, and then I can hear him go.
Just let him blow, and he'll clean it up, right? Bleed his own blow?
No. And then I hear his toenails down the hallway. It's like, he's looking for a place to vomit. So I'm getting up every 20 to 30 minutes, put the little asshole outside until well after midnight. So by this point, I'm like going to operate on like 3 hours of sleep.
Dude.
That was a fun day.
God damn.
And I have no idea what the fuck he was chewing on out in the yard. I just
that
know
was going to be my next question. Did you ever figure out what he was fucking gnawing on?
No, he'd brought a caterpillar in the house earlier in the day.
Better than a centipede.
Yeah, I don't. But the guess is he might have been chewing on a frog. And those things fucking have a little toxicity to them, so it could be that.
God damn.
Speaking of fucking caterpillars, I'm assuming we're probably going to have a bad winter, at least if my Midwestern instincts have anything to say about it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, back in that part of the country, there's an old fucking farmers thing. They'd always say, well, look at the caterpillars. They'll tell you what kind of winter you're going to have. And the hairier they are, the fucking colder your winter is going to be.
There have been some woolly motherfuckers I've seen at the hotel.
That's what I'm a little worried about.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah. I got some weird backwoodsy kind of
they're not so much
related shit to me. But
they're not so much long as they are short of hairy motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah, which back in the old Hoosier logic would tell you, look the fuck out.
Well, shit. I'll believe in that before I believe in a human being that can tell me what it's going to do next week.
Which apparently we're going to be getting fucking frozen on Sunday night and Monday, but
God damn, fucking bring it on. I'm ready. Might as well be ready.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it just burns my ass. We go from him having to run the air conditioner nonstop to, hey, guess what? Furnace is going to run like fucking crazy now.
Yeah.
It's like, do we not get any weather where I don't have to run that bullshit? Because I might as well just be burning dollar bills at this point.
It'll never be the same.
Fuck. Anyway, Mead, Metal, and MMA is where we get into our three topics we like to discuss on a weekly basis. Well, fuck it, sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we may not even touch a thing.
We'll occasionally bring, like, politicking into the thing. We never fucking talk.
I was getting ready to say,
I was being facetious, man. Yeah,
politics
that's why
is driving me fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't have it here. There's no fucking way I'd want to talk about Kanye West and Kid Rock being at the White House today about some fucking act for musicians getting robbed.
Fucking care about that. I'm getting pissed at seeing people talking about, vote blue, vote red. Are you so stupid you got to narrow your shit down to a color on the fucking wheel? Is that what you're doing? And then some assholes like talking about some shit. I'm kind of contrarian, so I tend to look for a third party.
Right.
When I am voting, fucking, which is hard for me to do. 2016, I didn't vote for either one of the fucking two major parties. So
I voted Gay J.
Yeah, which is kind of what I'm looking at probably on the fucking Senate race this time around. But all these assholes, don't vote for him. It's a wasted vote. Wasted vote for what?
It's mine.
For your two-party fucking system that's destroying this country. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. The two-party system isn't tearing every goddamn thing apart because it's lining everybody up is it's either us or them. And fuck that. That's not the right way this country's supposed to fucking work. But no.
See, this is why we don't bring up politics.
God, it's aggravating.
Especially when your ass is sober.
Yeah.
Because then it's real rage.
Fuck
that is real legitimate rage with no polish at all.
All right, Mead, Metal, MMA. Let's get to the Mead portion of it. We still have this batch going, the special boutique batch that was consigned by the White Shadow Ranch.
Yes.
We're
2 weeks into the additive, right? Into the Well, we've already
we're fully into the secondary fermentation.
Yeah. And because it's been 2 weeks since we've added the apple,
and everything's in. Yeah, green chili and the apple are in.
Yeah.
Probably going to wait for someone from the White Shadow Ranch, nod, wink, wink, to come by and try it out. We should have had him fucking do that last week, but it was a fight. It was a Saturday.
Oh, fuck
so,
yeah. There wasn't nothing productive getting done on Saturday, dude.
Yeah. So, but anyway, it's coming right along. We need to probably start a batch here pretty fucking soon, though.
Which, speaking of that, I do want a T-shirt that says "Thanks, Brandon."
Oh yeah, right. It's weird that you bring that up because I was actually looking at putting together something for a shirt today. It would be fucking very cut down and very simple.
Yeah,
just like 2 silver bars across a black shirt that just says Mead, Metal, MMA. Just simple.
I like simple. I mean, shit, man. And the only time I wear, like today, it's Friday. This is my Austin rig I'm wearing.
Yeah.
It's my Friday rig. Saturday, there's a fight card. I got my UFC rig. Other than that, dude, I'm wearing heather gray shirts, you know?
Right.
I'm not a man of flair.
Sure.
I will not stick out in a fucking crowd. I love simplicity. I think it's far more attractive to the eye.
We might look into that. I mean, the problem is when you start getting into T-shirts, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can either put it to where as soon as they order one, then you go down and you get the local fucking shop to put it together.
Yeah.
But the turnaround then is like, it's going to be like 2 weeks. And
God
a lot of people,
damn, really?
Well,
for a screen printed shirt?
Well, I mean, talking about from the time that they go, yeah, I want to order this. Cool. Well, you wait for their fucking check to clear. Well, their PayPal to clear.
Yeah.
And then you go down, then you put their order in. And that dude tells you like 3, 4, 5 days, whatever. You pick it up and then you mail it out to them. That's about a 2-week turnaround.
Yeah.
And a lot of people aren't fucking happy with that in this day and age of wanting, immediate pleasure.
Yeah, well, go fuck yourself.
The other way to do it is to fucking have a bunch of inventory made and then you're hanging on to a bunch of shit, you know?
We don't need 100 Mead Metal MMA shirts in various sizes.
I mean, honestly, if you're talking about small, medium, large, and extra large, and double X, so that's what, 5, you'd have to get 10 put together. Yeah, but then we're on the hook. We're holding fucking inventory worth a couple $100, so I don't know.
If we ever do shirts, it's going to be on a buy order basis.
You're going to have to you're going to have to wait a couple weeks.
Just like our Mead, you got to wait.
Yeah.
You got to wait. But it's worth it. It's also worth the wait.
Right.
I'll look into that. I'll look into that shit as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can find cheaper ones online to do it, but God damn it, I prefer keeping it local anyway.
Yeah.
Because at least I know the dude that's doing it, and if it's fucked up,
then we can go down there and bitch.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's something we might look into in the future, but definitely we're going to probably start another batch here pretty soon, and I'm really not 100% sure probably what we're going to do. I'd have to start giving that some thought.
Yeah, it'll probably spill over into bottling. Probably the first batch we bottle in 2019.
Yeah. Oh no, clearly it's not going to be ready before the end of the year
because we got plenty of Troublemaker. We got I think we have about a case of long ships still, or under a case.
A little under, yeah.
2 bottles of Holly King.
I think we're down to 2, and 1 bottle of the Runestone.
We still got Rune. Wow, shit. Actually, I might pull that one off to the side.
Okay.
Because I bet that one is really fucking good now, dude.
Oh, I bet. We'd opened one here about 3 or 4 months ago, and that real punch in the nose orange, like raw orange, kind of like raw orange peel, was still there. I bet by now that's a lot more subdued. I bet that's a pretty good fucking bottle.
Oh, fuck yeah. And like the vanilla hint coming in as well.
Right.
The honey sweetness coming in.
It's all sweet, never sweet. But nonetheless, though, we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe, I think that's it. I don't think we have anything else beyond that. So anyway, we've got inventory, just not a lot, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little tired of hanging on to too much fucking inventory as it is.
Right.
I like that when somebody's like, "Guys, got anything new?" No, but we've got the really good shit that's even better now.
Right.
Why would you want a new bottle of Mead anyway?
Exactly. That fucking bottle of Troublemaker is the best Troublemaker we have ever pooped out of this place. Even better than the first run.
Right.
Which was, ran amok by fucking folly from day one, but still came out to be a kick-ass batch. This is better. Yeah. This is better. This is the vision with age.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
All things we do here become better with age. So this weird constant nonsense, like what new stuff you have?
We're not Four Loko.
Yeah.
We're not pumping out malt liquor by the fucking gallon.
And
here.
you don't the older the bottle, the better it is. So the Holly King that's left, it will be 2 years of age come fucking late November.
Yeah.
So
that becomes special.
When we hit that point, it's $40 a bottle.
Yeah.
So.
And shit, when we'll have 2, and that's Because goddamn, I've never had a 2-year-old bottle of mead from I've never had a 2-year-old bottle of mead ever.
Yeah,
I'm fairly. I take that back. I had that really shitty mead in Wyoming that was just on the shelf for well past expiration.
I had a 5-year-old Grand Reserve up at Mead's Redstone Meadery up in Boulder. It's a lot like pancake syrup.
The consistency begins to change?
Yeah, theirs did. Now, I don't know. I really don't know what theirs, because I didn't have, hey, let me have the freshest one of that, and then let me have the 5-year of that. They didn't have that available. So,
okay. Well, shit, that's still pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I guess. So, anyway, but yeah, let us know. Hit us up if you got some donations for the band, because, frankly, I keep buying shit. So that'd be great. Yeah, we recently got a cabinet to go ahead and run that mini dark head through, that micro dark.
Yeah.
That orange, because you might recall, if you go back, about a year ago, August.
Yeah.
We ended up picking up this micro dark, bundle from Orange.
Yeah, we got it like a couple weeks before we did Ruben's gig.
Like right before, actually. Yeah.
Oh, really? Was it right?
I think it was the week of. I think it's the week of.
Oh, wow, shit.
Yeah.
Good timing.
And so we got that and everything else. Well, that cabinet with it came with a little 8-inch speaker and it didn't pump air. That's the problem. And the problem is I play a Marshall. It's got 2 volumes basically, which is loud and fuck, that's loud.
Loud.
So I mean, those are really the 2 volumes that thing. But because it loses. I might as well be playing through some bullshit.
You gotta have the volume to have that power.
Yeah,
for sure.
But the problem then becomes I drown out that fucking Orange. Well, not anymore, because I went ahead and I figured before the tariffs get too out of hand with China, I better get that Chinese fucking guitar cab, Bugera. I think it's like a $130 cab or something like that. But
dude, that is legit.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Now that micro dark running through that. It fucking
and that's we call it like about a 12-incher, right?
Yeah, it's a 12-inch guitar speaker, yeah.
And you see this little tiny amp head on it.
It is the size of an alarm clock.
Yeah, it's the size of like a classic early 90s alarm clock.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker projects.
Yeah, I don't want to say it gets really loud, but Brandon was coming down the driveway, window down, but cranking Moon Sorrow, and could hear it all.
Yeah, and I drive a fucking 98 Ford F-150. It's not what you'd call the most quiet pickup. And it's old and cricket. And I'm just here like, God damn, what the fuck is Kevin listening to in there?
And the sad thing is I only had that about 60% up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's that thing. I have no idea what the top end is, and I don't really want to blow a speaker, so
Yeah, well, shit.
I think we're good with knowing where it's at right now.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. It's with that ESP, which fucking they might have to become acquainted tonight,
right? Because the Les Paul sounds like a fucking beast.
Sounds like a fucking And I know my setup. I know I got my volume here. I got my fucking gain here, and I got my shape right in the middle. And that seems to be a proper wheelhouse.
And the shape is a really fucking interesting dial in. Yeah. Because you get kind of a weird, and it through the spectrum, you get a weird tinny kind of old British kind of rock sound.
Right.
And then through what I'd consider to be kind of a more of a contemporary rock output through it, but of course, then everything we're listening through, I didn't play a lot of clean stuff through it.
Yeah,
so,
fuck no, that's not what we're here to do.
And then on the opposite end of it, then you're getting a more meatier, subdued kind of a tone. It's really. It shocks me the difference on just the slight little tweaks to that shape.
Yeah, it blows me away. That entire setup looks like it shouldn't work. It just off looks alone, it looks like it shouldn't work.
Yeah,
but when you fucking hear it, man, it's like God.
It'll keep pace with that Marshall easily. So
yeah, I as far as like volume goes, you can fucking be as loud as you want. You can probably still kick its ass in volume just because you're rocking some serious hardware over there.
Yeah,
but just in contrast to what that is and what it puts out, it's fucking amazing.
Right. If we ever became a live act, which I don't know if that's in the cards, but we could fucking play a medium-sized venue. I have no doubt.
Sure.
With what we got set up.
That little motherfucker, just little handle on top.
Fuck yeah.
It doesn't have a carrying case. It has a carrying bag. Right. It's a fucking bag.
Yeah.
I love my little fucking murder house over there.
But yeah, so it's and God, for everything we're putting together here. Now I do want to get the bass amp rewired. I want to get that hand wired by a place over in Lubbock. Get them to do it because it's an original Meridian Mississippi Peavey. I will talk shit about PV all day long, but I will not talk shit about PV from the 70s.
Yeah.
70s and then like up to like 81. And then that's when they sold out.
That's I didn't realize why you coveted that amp so much until you told me that.
Oh,
and explained to me just what that meant.
Yeah. No, it's a Meridian, Mississippi fucking PV.
I was like, it's a PV amp, man. There's what's the big deal?
Yeah. There's a very big deal, but it's a very small window, like 77 to 81.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that were made right here in good old US of A. But I mean, it's that little son of a bitch, though, once I get it hand wired and everything else, it becomes a real fucking game changer as well. Now, that's not truly the bass amp you want if you're going to be playing live somewhere, because it's not going to put that thump out there as much. But for what we're doing, and a lot of
it's
the studio work,
perfect.
Yeah,
I mean, it's crisp and clean.
Yeah,
it makes that fucking bass sound great, and it's when we actually incorporate it into the recording process, which I think we're about to hit that weather.
Right.
We might actually be in it right now. It's gonna change. It's gonna change the game for us.
Sure. Yeah. So I think about the only thing, if I'm trying to get creative outside odds and ends, because I mean there's some cabling and shit like that I need to pick up, some patch cables and shit. But ultimately, though, if you're looking at just big stuff, the only thing we're really down to now would be a PA, and that's really at this point a question mark whether we want to do that or not. It would behoove us, because right now our stuff we're recording directly into the DAW.
Yeah.
So if we're wanting to get a more of a raw, live kind of a sound, a PA would probably help in that regard. We're probably a good year off from that. That and a drum kit, and neither one of us are fucking drummers, so what do you know?
Yep, and the one drummer I knew retired.
Yeah, he's now a guitar player.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not?
No, he's the guy that fucking, it's all on the computer.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
I don't know. I haven't seen him pick up an instrument in a long time. We're talking about Ruben here.
Yeah.
I think it's all straight up electronic, digital.
Check out Ruben's shit. It's alone in a room. So,
yep.
All right.
Just don't actually go into his room when he's alone.
All right, the metal side of shit. We've been talking about our own.
I don't know. I think
original stuff.
Yeah, fuck that.
New releases this week. Uncle Acid is out. Got a new one out this week. The fuck's the clever name of that band? Uncle Acid and
the Rejects of Hell.
No, that's although that's kind of a fucking interesting take on that, though, dude.
Thank you. The Deadbeats.
Yeah, the Deadbeats.
God damn it.
Oh, goddamn! I forgot I had this open for a very specific reason. Before we, you know what? Check that one out. Everything else this week sucks.
Yeah, Scal Mode's okay.
Scal Mode's made
it's gotten a lot better.
A lot. However, their stuff is still kind of fucking rough.
Yeah.
If you're into the real harsh vocal, it's not grindcore. It's the classic fucking early 2000s folk metal. Now I
almost feel like we need to turn this into what shit people shouldn't listen to.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. Tom Morello's got a terrible record out today.
Speaking of shit people shouldn't listen to.
Yeah. Other than that, man, that's about all I can really recommend. We'd let in with a City of Thieves, and they got a nice 80s tone to them. But
yeah, they're right. They're fun.
Yeah,
they're a far more decent find that Taiwanese folk metal band Katha. It's a weird name. It starts with 4 consonants, for Christ's sake. No good.
All right. I wanted to do this before we'd moved on to fucking mead and metal and stuff. Let's revisit. It is time for the hotel questions of the week. Okay, so a friend of mine on Facebook, and I'm not going to identify her because I didn't get her approval or anything.
So it's female, so we're down to 50-50 already.
Says, what makes or breaks a hotel for you? Okay. Some of the people weighing in, and it's mostly all the same. One says customer service in bed. All right, fine. The other says cleanliness has to be clean. Well, yeah, you don't want to stay in a dirty fucking hotel room.
Yeah, it'd be like, well, this isn't as clean as I would like for it to be, but it'll do.
Somebody says, clean shower and bed. Fine. Somebody complained about cold water. Apparently, probably Bill Murray from fucking Groundhog Day.
Cold water.
Yeah. Somebody said soft bed at adjustable temp. Which, let's face it, how adjustable are hotel rooms? I mean, best I've ever seen, about 5 degrees.
You're either going to have it hot or you're cold.
Or
there is no happy medium.
Somebody said cleanliness and quietness, fine. Somebody said pillows. I don't know if they meant dirty pillows, like titties.
Breastises.
Yeah. Cleanliness.
Seems to be cleanliness is the common thread here.
What an odd one here. Sheet that covers my shoulders and pillow. Is somebody getting short-sheeted?
Yeah, don't be bringing your OCD shit into my hotel.
Now, here's somebody that has got to be an asshole. Water pressure in the shower, bed, and decent breakfast. Not the so-called continental breakfast either.
Hey,
really?
motherfucker!
I was like, where are you trying to stay? I don't know.
What? I'm not even gonna fucking. Get
and then
I don't know why that made me angry.
Yeah, and then this asshole, a main door instead of a curtain. Oh, wait, that was me because I have stayed in Asian hotels before. So, yeah.
First, I was like, "Where the fuck did you stay?"
That would be me.
Some Kansas resort?
No, fuck Philippines.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, you kind of want to stay in the ones that actually have a door and not just a curtain. So
well, that seems. I figured that would be.
So
right
apparently,
near the
my
top of the
bar
list.
is far lower than everybody else's.
Wow,
so.
we're gonna have to get you into some hotels that are with doors, my friend.
Yeah.
Living the life.
Yeah,
There are some pretty interesting birthdays today.
Oh, good. Let's do that.
I haven't really mentioned them a whole lot in the past because not a lot of cool people are born on certain Fridays. We got some pretty cool ones here today. Hugh Jackman turned 50.
Wolverine. Which is, you know what? I didn't realize this. I didn't. I've never even thought about it. I was watching a nature documentary today, and it was like on a Wolverine, like eating a carcass and shit like that. And it occurred to me at that point, where the fuck did Marvel come up with the whole like look of Wolverine? Dude does not even look like a goddamn Wolverine.
And the
with
colors,
this weird goofy hair and these weird long, adamantium
that was
claws.
what was so goddamn funny about it because he had the mask that had the weird wings, and then he takes the mask off and he has this fucking hairstyle that matches it.
Yeah.
It's like that's there to keep his hair in check.
What pictures of Wolverines was Stan Lee looking at?
Yeah, and the dude had blue hair.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't.
Still, probably my favorite. Well, Superman's my favorite. Wolverine's probably my second favorite superhero. God. I can only do a top two though. I don't really give a fuck about superheroes. Thor being probably a third, but I have never really read Thor. I just dig the Nordic shit.
Yeah, I'd go number 3 would be Doctor Strange, I guess, but not the fucking movie one, the comic one.
He wasn't bad.
Really?
Cumberbatch did a damn good job, man.
All right, well, I may have to give a look at that then.
He did a damn good job.
Thor 2, I think, probably. And number 1 would be Doctor Doom. So.
Dr. Doom? Hey, that ain't a superhero.
Well, some might claim he's a villain, but I mean...
He's a flawed man.
He hates the Fabulous Four, Fantastic Four. What are the
Fabulous Four?
Those four fucks that go.
He hates the Fabulous Freebirds. He's a Von Erich.
That's right. The Fantastic Four. Because frankly, get the hell out of here with that shit.
Yeah, I agree.
So Dr. Doom I was like, well, I hate him. So does he. Hey, it's my favorite superhero. Favorite superhero. Now watch. We're now moving into the villain phase of superhero movies. Yeah. Everything coming out. Mark my words. Now that Venom is out, everything's going to be a fucking villain movie,
and they'll all be as bland as the rest.
If they do a Doctor Doom one, I'll go see it, and then I will promptly get on this podcast and then bitch about it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there you go. And you'll probably never have that day because I highly doubt Dr. Doom's getting his own fucking origin movie.
I bet they do.
Really?
So they can work in the finger fucking four or whatever their name is. Yeah.
And other birthdays.
Not that I have an opinion.
The old finger fucking four. That sounds like a video you find on fucking YouPorn. Dusty Rhodes.
Plug for them this week.
Bully.
Dusty Rhodes, the
American Dream.
I thought he died.
He did. He passed away in 2015, but today is his birthday. He would have been a whopping 73.
Okay. Yeah, dude was obese and but quite athletic for a fat man.
Yeah, dude could get around. And his sons would go on famously. One went on to become a transsexual pro wrestler.
Is that
by the name of
Glitter or Gold?
Goldust.
Goldust. That's
Goldust. Who had the height of his career when he had Tourette's. That was back when I watched wrestling, and it was a good time to be alive. Let's see what else we got here. Luciano Pavarotti born today.
All right, the other guy, the third guy.
Lane Frost, you would, and shocking that I actually know that fucking
rodeo
name.
Dude?
From 8 seconds.
Because he's dead,
Yeah, he died in 89.
I was in Cheyenne, yeah.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, man.
Oh, shit.
I used to be involved in a rodeo team when I was in the military, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Heavy. I love the movie. I've seen 8 Seconds probably a dozen times. Not because of, because that cocksucker from 90210 played Lane Frost in it.
Yeah, Luke Perry, right?
Luke Perry, yeah. Yeah, Luke Perry. But Stephen Baldwin played Tough Heedman in it. and he was fucking hilarious in it.
Okay.
Like, it was a character I really loved, and then when, fucking big spoiler here, Lane Frost dies.
Yeah, well, it's not much of a spoiler if you hadn't seen that shit, and it's like almost 30 years ago.
Yeah, because I think 8 Seconds came out like 92, 93.
Yeah, but the incident was at 89.
Yeah.
So.
It's Tough Hedeman is hilarious, and you really connect with that character that he does a great job.
Good.
And then when Lane Frost passes away from getting stomped on and died, then all of a sudden that character turns real.
Right.
You know, he's no longer funny. He's talking about his brother that's dead now.
Sure.
So that's what made it stick with me. It's such a good goddamn movie.
So okay.
And there's one more. Dick Gregory,
Yeah.
famous comedian, passed away last year.
It's like, so here's all the dead people today.
Yeah. Oh, the only ones that were important are half of them are dead.
Yeah.
Dick Gregory, born 32, died last year, of course.
Let's get back to talking about wrestling because, and you're not listening to the wrong podcast, by the way.
Because this is music involved.
This is the metal part, not the MMA part. This is the metal part of the podcast. Brandon, you've got an interesting tale.
I do.
To relate involving, a classic icon from wrestling in the old days.
Oh, this, I was, I love me some pro wrestling back when I was in high school. That's why it was so popular. I was actually a fan of Limp Bizkit. And the funny thing is, I was also a slight fan of Insane Clown Posse. Now, I almost can't keep a straight face talking about this. So there was a show. It was some kind of fucking festival. Limp Bizkit was wrapping up. I think they were doing Faith. And out of nowhere, you see this guy, this really pale guy, run up behind him, launch himself up in the air, and then crash to the ground in epic fashion. Now, you would think immediately this was a fan that was just trying to get some shit out on Fred Durst, because who really likes Fred Durst these days?
Very, very few. But
I don't even think Wes Borland likes Fred Durst, and that's the dude's guitar player.
Yeah.
So we come to find out that Shaggy 2 Dope of Insane Clown Posse, who is not a legitimate pro wrestler, but he has wrestled professionally, tried to dropkick Fred Durst off the stage and failed miserably.
Horribly. That when you fucking told me that the dude actually had some background about how.
Yeah, dude has wrestled in the 4 biggest wrestling promotions of all time. He's wrestled in WWE, with WWF back in the day, WCW. Fucking dude wrestled. They wrestled in ECW. They even wrestled in NWA.
I mean, and to miss the degree where like Fred Durst turned around like, oh, is there something going on?
Yeah, and then you get called a pussy by Fred Durst, and you're being dragged away by lackluster security, obviously.
Right. Which is weird to me because you'd think that Limp Bizkit should probably have higher security than that.
You would think so. Well, maybe for Wes Borland, rest of the band, no one gives a fuck about Fred Durst.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, you would think this rivalry that started in the late 90s is back again. The rivalry's been quashed. But it's been quashed by the most legitimate sources.
Clearly, it has to be somebody that's very diplomatic and has a high opinion, or that everyone has a high opinion of, right?
I don't want to say his name. I'm going to let his words speak for himself, and then we'll know who it is. The Shaggy 2 Dope, you are a good man, but your drop kick is fucking drizzling shits. Even worse than the Brian Blair. Also, DJ Lethal is my brother. I don't like to see my brothers fight, Bubba. This is the Iron Sheik talking right now.
Yeah, sound like a real jabroni.
Now, it's not the Iron Sheik on his phone tweeting. This is the Iron Sheik sitting in his wheelchair, probably yelling this shit out, and a guy sitting right next to him just
yeah, I'm sure.
Going at it.
Which, by the way, the Iron Sheik's Twitter account is fucking ridiculous.
Oh, my God, yeah, dude. That is... I put that right up there with Derek Lewis's Instagram.
Yeah.
Bubba, I love the peace, not the war, unless the son of a bitch jabroni deserves to get suplexed.
You know, and really, in the Iron Sheik's world, who doesn't deserve to get suplexed?
Yeah,
you know,
this motherfucker. I mean, the Iron Sheik coming in and doing the God's work.
Yeah, and apparently they buried the hatchet.
Yeah, DJ Lethal, the fucking 1s and 2s for Limp Bizkit was like, Iron Sheik's right, man. We got to kill this. And Shaggy actually being like a wrestler, you would think Iron Sheik telling you to knock it off will get you knocked. It's not like the Iron Sheik's going to find you and beat your ass. The dude is a crippled motherfucker.
Right.
But still, the man's words carry weight. I mean, he calls him Bubba, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, well, he calls fucking a lot of people Bubba. Well, people he likes, he calls Bubba. But
Yeah.
he doesn't like a lot of people. So
No, yeah. He tells a lot of people and things to go fuck themselves.
Let's. We're getting a little later than I thought. Let's get to MMA.
Yeah, we got about 15 minutes.
15.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we did start a lot later then.
Let's just quickly, we got to talk about last week.
Yeah, that's what kind of what I was wanting to talk about.
Yeah.
Main card of UFC 229. I mean, we could talk prelims, but
Fuck
why?
it. The best thing was Sergio Pettis getting fucking dominated by Formiga, which leads into the fact that Sergio Pettis' next fight has already been announced.
Oh, really?
Dude's fighting Rob Font at bantamweight.
Hey.
The Pettis brothers just can't find themselves a home in any weight division, man. They should not be ranked in any weight division.
Right.
Sergio was ranked 5th in the flyweight.
Yeah. No, clearly that's either a thin division or the UFC is being really generous with the Pettis brothers.
I don't want to go fight at bantamweight.
No.
I don't want to fight TJ Dillashaw.
Fuck that. That 135 used to be a murderer's division, but it's still tough.
Yeah, it's still tough, but you really got to be at the top 3
Yeah.
to like really start getting into some really scary territory.
The only other one off the prelims, old Alan Patrick, he lost to Scott Holtzman.
Oh, you mean Alon Patrick?
Yeah. Brazilians just crack me up with that shit. Like,
Yeah.
really? Your name's Alan Patrick, for God's sakes. But all right, main card: Michelle Watterson on a very lackluster affair against Felice Herrig.
Michelle Watterson taking it down to the ground. You figured if that was going to happen, it was going to be Felice Herrig doing it.
Yeah,
But Michelle Watterson, I don't know if it means she improved or if Herrig fucking fell back.
I don't know, man. I just know Michelle Watterson.
Bad opener. It was a bad opener.
She looks horrible. Women's strawweight, when she starts getting to the very upper part of that division, they shut her the fuck down.
Yeah. We saw a little bit of her karate hottiness. You know, her stand-up looked good, but we didn't see a lot of it.
Yeah.
A lot of it was on the ground.
Yeah, on this fight, you know. So
It really didn't set the pace because we were getting finish after finish after finish in some fights that, you know, are really not going to be remembered.
And you always do. You get one that comes along and shuts down the card.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, down in Austin when we were down there live back in February, it was the fucking James Vick fight. Unfortunately, that brought that whole thing crashing down.
Right.
You know, and then that kind of been. Then there were a few others that went to decision. But
speaking of Austin,
there were a couple of decisions that were made. There, yeah.
I thought we were jumping into Derek Lewis.
Yes, yeah. Derek Lewis got the win over Alexander Volkov. Of course, we saw him on that same card.
Yeah, and he got the win in similar fashion.
Right.
Late in the third round. Although this fight, Derek Lewis was dominating the whole fight. He was beating Tabura's ass.
In
this one, Derek Lewis was losing that fight.
Volkov was kicking the shit out of him.
He was doing a great job.
He's keeping the range, tagging him. Derek Lewis couldn't even get in pissing distance of this guy.
And apparently people really love to focus on Derek Lewis's midsection. He leaves it wide open. He ate a lot of fucking kicks to the body.
Yeah.
But 10 seconds
11
seconds left. That fucking right hand finds its home. I lost my fucking mind, dude.
Yeah, because you expect, it's like, man, this is going to be a bad one for Derek.
I was so bummed because I really like Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
He's a very entertaining fucking fighter. How many heavyweights do you know finish fights in the third round? Not very many.
Derek Lewis, apparently.
Derek Lewis makes a goddamn career out of it. And now he's getting a title shot, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah. Dominic Reyes ended up getting the win over OSP. That one wasn't even close.
It wasn't. If Dominic Reyes dominated the whole fight, but that last second punch that dropped OSP right at the bell, that'd have been the second round. That'd have been the end of the fight.
Yeah, I mean, so there's some people making the argument because he drops him, but then that's right after that the bell rings.
Yeah.
Well, people have made the argument, and I don't think they're wrong, that if he had made a move toward OSP, because he drops him and just turns around and walks off.
Yeah.
People have made the argument if he actually made even a few steps toward OSP, they would have stopped in.
But we'd gotten the horn right as OSP was hitting the canvas.
There was actually like 2 seconds.
It was 2 seconds after that.
Yeah.
Ooh, so that might have been bad on Reyes.
Yeah, people said, if he would have made even a move toward that, referee would have went, fuck that. He just laid this dude out.
Yeah.
As it
if
is.
If he had
so
got him waving it
decision.
off during the horn.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he was going to win either way. It would have been nice to get the finish. Especially like probably the latest light heavyweight finish of all time. That would have been 459.9.
Well, and if you're going to get a bonus, you're going to have to get a finish, which he wouldn't have got a bonus on this fight night because Tony Ferguson against Anthony Pettis.
Oh, man. Yeah. I'm glad Pettis got $50K because he's going to need it for that stitch-up job on that face.
Yeah, the fight of the night. Tony Ferguson is back, but then again, the guy didn't really go away. He went away for a knee surgery like 4 months ago or something like that. UFC stripped him of his title, gave it to Khabib, basically.
But it proves that craziness that was there before was legit.
Oh,
like
yeah,
there was a method to that fucking madness.
That guy's batshit crazy, and he fights that way.
Supposed to be on the shelf for a year. Dude comes back in 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And
after like an ACL. Yeah.
And, I mean, is throwing those leg kicks. He's using that leg like it was never hurt.
Yeah.
And wearing leg kicks, too. Kind of like the first minute of that first round, it looked like Pettis had caught him, and he might have been limping a little bit.
Yeah, and what I hate was then you had like Dominic Cruz and Joe Rogan both saying, well, that's it. I don't like the looks of that. Don't like the looks of that. Yeah, well, 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
And we, at first, when it got into the second round, we thought that Tony Ferguson had got opened up because he was bloody as hell.
Yeah, it looked like maybe his jaw had just been destroyed.
Oh, no, that was all Anthony Pettis' blood.
Yeah, that fucking hairline cut, dude, just bleeding right into his mouth.
And not even the hairline.
They had one on the hairline right there. That's what was fucking bleeding like
Did you
a
not
sip.
see his face? Yeah, that was the one that was really
the end of the second round is when he got opened up on the other side.
That dude
just
was
looked awful. And I love seeing a fight like that, especially when Anthony Pettis is involved.
Yeah, receiving into that shit.
Tony Ferguson
made the argument that, hey, you fucking shouldn't have stripped him in the first place.
Yeah.
And what my only problem is there was no consistency in the sport. Because if you look back, they let Cain Velasquez sit on the heavyweight belt for 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson comes along and is like, oh, he might be on the shelf 6 months to a year. Take that belt.
Well, Cain would not survive in the BME era.
Yeah. Well,
he survived in the fucking Fertitta era.
Yeah, no, nowadays, no, probably not.
Oh, fuck that.
But how are the decisions made? Are they based on who they think can bring money in?
Yeah.
Are they based on, but we really want to put a fight on where that motherfucker lives. How do they put it together? Because frankly, they seem like they grab a belt real fast on some fighters. You can ask the chick that held the 125.
Whoa. Yeah. It should be good because you would think we would get fights that we would never get under the Fertitta banner.
Right.
We would get those weird fights like, hey, what if this dude fought this dude?
But I honestly don't think this era is as good as the Fertitta era right now.
Not yet. I do think that they're closing out really strong.
Yeah.
I really do. There are some title fights coming up to close the year out that are fucking I'm ready for, dude. And I mean, like, before that, we'll quickly talk about how Khabib fucking destroyed Conor McGregor.
Yeah, Conor had zero answers for that fucking dude's single leg takedown.
Yeah.
And really, that's all you got to prepare for, I would think, is like just make sure you look out for the single leg and then make that son of a bitch have to work for it, which means maybe getting up against fence or whatever you got to do. Conor did none of that shit.
He did nothing.
He stuffed the first couple of them. I thought, oh, well, this looks promising. Yeah, but Khabib is just too fucking dominant on the ground.
Not only that,
when it was cracked him with an overhand
it was on the feet, that right hand, we haven't seen Conor drop like that.
Yeah,
we saw Conor put on his ass with a right hand.
Yep.
And I totally believe it when the internet says Conor's more pissed about that than tapping out.
I'm sure.
I'm like, yeah, because this dude's a fucking boxing purist at heart. But the result doesn't shock me. The result doesn't shock me at all.
Yeah.
I knew.
Well, that's the whole thing we said last week. Making our picks. Yeah, well, I hope for Conor, but I mean, Khabib's going to win.
Everything else that happened after that, fuck that. I don't want to waste fucking time talking about it. Everyone else has fucking talked about it.
If you don't know what we're talking about, this is clearly not your portion of the show.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Just a couple moments for the main events we have left for the year. Next pay-per-view main event, Daniel Cormier defending that heavyweight belt against the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. How do you feel about that?
I don't like Derek Lewis coming right off of this. He's going to get a camp of 4 weeks?
Maybe. And you know that dude's going to spend it just hanging out, recovering.
Yeah.
What does he have to work on? He is a very black and white character. I don't mean to bring race into it, but I mean his game is pretty much right there.
Right.
There's not a whole lot of weird secrets he can pull out. If he gets on top of Cormier on the ground, that's it.
Yeah, but I don't know how that happens unless he can drop him with a crazy right or left that fucking Cormier is not looking for.
As far as those takedowns are going to be tough to score on Lewis.
We know, God, man, people even with a substandard fucking ground game get that guy on his back every time.
Yeah.
I don't like Lewis.
Volkov didn't try. but he didn't need to.
Chabura did like with ease, man.
Yeah,
with ease. I'm not a big fan of.
Me neither. I think this might derail the mighty train of Derek Lewis as far as like that, because if he loses a Cormier, it's going to set him back.
But then again, this is the reason we watch the sport, and especially fucking heavyweight, because you don't know.
Anything
he might
happen.
crack him.
That dude fucking won a fight that he was losing with 11 seconds left with a right hand.
Yeah, I mean, so you fucking don't know. But
Yeah.
I
don't like his chances.
I'm pretty goddamn sure Cormier's putting him on his back and wearing him out for fucking 25 minutes.
But I am looking forward to him landing one punch. I just want to see Cormier get hit in the face just once by him. Then after that, we have two title fights going on first Saturday in December. Your co-main for 231 is going to be Joanna and Valentina again.
Yeah.
This
Joanna's not going to get the champ bump this time on the decision.
No.
If it goes to that.
She's fighting in a weight division. She hadn't fought in the UFC yet.
Yeah.
She hadn't fought at flyweight.
Yeah, Valentina Shevchenko is dangerous. And I think 125 is going to be more suited for her anyway.
And there's a great backstory here. Joanna and Valentina have fought in Muay Thai before.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Valentina has won all three.
Ooh, I did not know that.
Yeah, she's won all three encounters.
Valentina's dangerous, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
her weight.
That's why fights get scrapped, because people go, ooh.
Yeah, she's a cyborg of $1.25, man.
Yeah.
I want to fight her. I want to marry her and cook her meals.
I would like to bear her children.
I would like to be her nutrition specialist and bear her children. And then your main event at 231, hell or high water, is going to be Brian Ortega and Max Holloway for that featherweight belt.
Man. First of all, we don't even know if Holloway's going to be able to make weight. If he doesn't, I know the promotion said they're going to strip him right
Ortega has said there is a backup opponent in the wings.
Good. Well,
he doesn't know who it is.
They'll fucking need one.
I think so.
Yeah,
I
but
think
Brian
so. Max
Ortega's
Holloway is a bit of a gamble.
He's going to be your 145 champ. It
he needs to be.
And I know who's waiting in the wings. It's fucking Frankie Edgar.
Again. I wouldn't want to fight Brian Ortega.
No.
Fuck that shit.
No, but that's...
Get dropped by a black belt in BJJ. You get dropped. You get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
And the first time ever.
Yeah, because there's been way too much speculation that Frankie is ready to go. Well, yeah, for what? Redemption on a guy that knocked him out, and then the next time around he's going to choke him out.
Oh yeah, it's going to be far worse. Because I think knocking out, that's not as bad as fucking just saying I'm done.
Yeah.
There's got to be something mentally to that.
Although, if you get cracked in the head too many times, then you write with crayons the rest of your life.
There you go. Well, hey, Donald Trump does it. Why can't fighters? Your last main event of 2018 is probably the one I'm most excited about. It's a rematch that should have happened probably 2 or 3 years ago, though.
Yeah.
Big John Jones fighting Alexander Gustafsson for that light heavyweight belt. I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Because the last time we saw Gustafsson fight was against Glover when he landed 3 uppercuts in a row. Looked amazing, but that was over a year ago, I think.
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
And as Glover Teixeira, so I mean,
yeah, but Gustafsson just looked good.
Yeah,
I think he needed that to kind of finally get that stigma of the Rumble knockout off of him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to
made him cry in front of his hometown.
Yeah. And he pointed it out. How can I be happy when this guy is over here crying?
Yeah.
Ooh. That'll be one. I'll have more thoughts as we get closer to it.
Gustafsson turned around and then fucking lost to DC. And
yeah, that was tough.
I'm not that excited about that. I'm excited to see John Jones come back, because whether you like him or not, it doesn't matter. We're not fucking trying to get him a Nobel Prize. This man at one time, and maybe he still is, who knows, the best fighter to ever fucking fight in the sport.
But the argument can be made that Gustafsson is the only one that you have to say came closest to beating him. I think he beat him.
Yeah.
I think he beat him in that fight.
Maybe, but Jones did get the champ bump.
Champ
bump.
And
and honestly, I also think that John Jones didn't exactly fucking prepare for that fight. Not to take anything away from Gustafsson. It kind of does, but
sure.
It started coming to light that John Jones doesn't exactly train for every fight. Because people are saying, look, he looked terrible against OSP. He admitted weeks later, like, yeah, I didn't even train for that fight. Didn't even
Was
train.
It because there was shit he was working on he didn't want Cormier to see, though?
Maybe. I don't know.
I know that argument was made as well.
I just really think that Jones had it in his head. He's like, fuck this guy.
Well, here's to fucking what 229 was and what the rest of your holds.
You just keep drinking that gasoline.
Well, this is the last shot I'm having of the fucking day. It's all beer here on in.
Eek. That looks painful. Yeah. That was painful, I can tell.
Let's get the picks.
Yeah. Picks for the week. Let's see. Over the drinking picks. That might be good old Topo Chico.
I'm going Budweiser.
Yeah. Well, Topo Chico or Maxwell House, but it's a little late in the evening for that shit. So.
Oh, yeah. I'm sticking to Budweiser. Go.
Yeah. All right. Metal picks. I got really nothing this week.
You know, I'm going to go... I'm fucking picking Scalmold. I'm picking new Scalmold because, goddamn it, you want to talk about a band that has really picked it up and made their shit better. Scalmold's done that. They're still a little abrasive to my ear, but I can listen to one song and enjoy it. I just can't listen to back to back.
Yeah. Shit. Weird week. I'll go. God, I can't go anything new really. I'll go Hardwired, Metallica this week.
Good man. So now MMA picks.
Spit out the bone would be the one, yeah.
Oh, that's okay. MMA picks. We do have 2 Bellator cards Friday and Saturday. You got Matt Mitrione fighting Ryder Bader. Who do you got?
Oh, yeah, Mitrione.
And Saturday we got Fedor fighting Chael Sonnen. Who do you got?
Sonnen.
Ooh.
Yeah, Fedor looked fucking horrible his last time out.
Yeah, but Chael Sonnen's a middleweight.
I know.
Fedor's going to look huge. I'm picking Mitrione and Fedor because I want to see Chael Sonnen get knocked the fuck out. It's been a long time.
Well, he is a shit.
And Fedor can do it.
Yeah.
Fedor can fucking do it.
God, yeah, but that's still an old man. God
yeah,
damn.
that is an old Russian man, too, that don't get blood tested at all.
Well, man, that's true, too. On the gas.
Yeah, look at Volkov. Look what happened to him.
Well, yeah, but that guy wasn't on the gas.
Did I just make an accusation that Volkov is on the gas, on the Russian gas?
That all Russians are on the
gas?
Yeah,
why aren't any of the Russians talking about Volkov getting his block knocked off?
Because apparently he wasn't from Dagestan.
Wasn't from Russia, brother.
He wasn't from the Muslim part of Russia.
Well, goddamn, man. I think it's time for me to not drink any more Proper 12 and keep just drinking beer.
Yeah. All right. Next week, episode 99, as we'll start to get a little closer and closer.
And as far as shit talking at the end of the episode, if your motherfucking ass is wearing a backpack and riding a bicycle and you have 3 fingers and acne on your face, you come find me at my place of business again. And I swear to God, I'm going to beat you to death with a Maglite flashlight. I swear to fucking God, dude.
That bastard still cause you
He
problems?
just fucking roams my parking lot at 2 a.m.
Oh. Well, clearly he's on the fucking... He's on the Portalis gas.
He's about to be on his ass.
Yeah.
But I can't do that to anybody when I'm working.
Right.
But it makes me so angry.
Yeah. You can always call the cops.
Well, yeah, but that takes all the fun out of me. Then I just get to go to court. Oh, cool. I just get to talk about it, call the cops. Can't say, yeah, I put that fucking flashlight up his ass because he had it coming.
Yeah. All
right, I'm done.
All right. Shit, no, I showed enough rage for this whole episode. That's good.
Ooh, it sounds like you're about to play something amazing.
Probably. All right. Hey, we'll see you assholes next week. Drink mead, listen to metal, engage in MMA.